Hello everybody and welcome back to the iOS Arcade, and today we are playing the newly released Horizon Chase 2, and this game is actually an Apple Arcade exclusive. Horizon have made many games before and they've been on platforms like Steam and PlayStation, but this is the second generation, the second game they've made, and it's basically only available on Apple Arcade, which is fantastic. And it is available on all the platforms, so you wouldn't expect anything less from a racing game on Apple Arcade, and I do think that Apple Arcade is missing some racing games. So let's have a look at this game. And I do like the graphics. You can see already on the main menu, that's sort of how it looks graphical wise. I think it's very nice. I think it's very similar to a retro and sort of meets Borderlands self-shading graphics. What comes to mind, but yeah, very fun game based on a retro racing style. And I mean, early 90s, late 90s video games had this style of racing game where the road was pretty much flat and the corners just came around as pixels. As a modern version, this seems to be a more polished version of that old style, and I love to see it come back. So here it is. We've got multiple modes. We're going to do one race the World Tour first, and then we'll have a look at the multiplayer, as I think that they're the two parts that grab you into this game. There's also a garage shop for some slight customization. You can see the vehicles here, but there isn't much in terms of customization. If I just go in, there's a couple of paints and a few body styles just as a reward for playing the game, but you know, they're all cosmetical items, so it doesn't really make too much difference to the gameplay. So the game is built around this world tour, obviously starting off in America, but you can see there are other maps and it will progressively get harder, as most games do. So let's have a look at the Florida map. So I've already had a go at this, and I absolutely loved the 15 to 20 minutes, however long I played it yesterday. When I was playing it, I didn't win the first race and went back and beat the challenge. So for some reason my game has not connected to the game center, so I might not be able to do a multiplayer map until I restart the game. But let's have a look at single player first and jump onto the caverns. You can choose any car. I haven't noticed any difference between them apart from some of the minor stats, but we're going for this one, which there is an upgrade system here, as you can see. I think handling's key, so we'll go for that. And this is just upgrades for the single player. It doesn't affect the online, which is good, which means you're not battling overpowered players essentially. So let's go and see if we can beat this level. And here we are. It is absolutely carnage at the beginning. So here we go. We want to make as many places as we can at the beginning. We also have the choice of using 3 sets of nitrous through the level, and you can see that to the left-hand side of the screen. And I think it's more about being smooth. I do like to take a good racing line if I can stop banging into them. So like tight apexes, for any of you guys that know racing terminology. Whoa. And then the straights, I feel like, are the most overpowered parts for the boost. So like when we come off this big right-hand little boost here, getting the slipstream. Haven't noticed too much of an effect of slipstream, but I don't think it'd be a racing game if you didn't include it. Oh, getting a bit of a speed wobble there. And I am using this on the Backbone controller. It's my #1 choice for Apple Arcade, just because it's just so versatile. Apart from the Apple TV, where we use the PlayStation 5 controller, just on the fact you can't plug this in. Oh, we're going to take the lead already. This is brilliant. So I don't know whether the upgrades have put me in a better place for this circuit. I have played a lot better. Put some race strategies in to use essentially the nitrous on the straights so you don't bang into the side and reduce your speed. This has been oh, we're going to lap somebody. It does feel slightly easier, but yesterday I can tell you that it was a bigger challenge than this. And you can hit the side. I don't want to ruin my I didn't want to ruin my race by deliberately slowing myself down, but you can hit rocks and trees, which will cause your car to somersault, which is very fun. So, and if I was able to connect to the global, I would have showed you the insane times that I think players have got from having upgraded cars to the max. So first place on that one, you gotta collect blue coins. We also get some credits. Obviously, this being Apple Arcade, there is no microtransactions or advertisements, so the money you earn in-game is to spend in-game. And they do want you to unlock everything. as a progression. So the concept of the World Tour, of course, is the different stages in the different areas will unlock the more maps. And you can see at the moment I've not unlocked this area, and all I'd have to do was complete the requirements of these 4 levels, and that would then unlock the stage. And then once I've completed all the stages in the country, I can then progress onto a different map. And it's a very fun concept. A lot of racing games do follow this, and it's obviously giving you a reason to upgrade your car as well. And the replayability is actually here as well, because I couldn't come first in these first 2 races at the beginning, but now I've got an upgraded car. It's so much more easier to get those wins. And you can see there's actually a scoreboard of the results, and that's I think the global results, and I'm not even in the top 100 with the little plus next to my name. I don't know how someone got 0.600ths of a race win. That must be a glitch, but the 110 I assume is the record, and that is somebody who's probably got the most upgraded car on the game. But well done you for doing that. And each level has a record, and some of them, by the way, are point-to-point races, as you can see from the sprint layout there. Now we're going to hop onto multiplayer, and it has refreshed now because we can see the global boards, which means we'll be able to race online. At the moment I can only seem to get the one map to appear. I don't know whether they recycle these every 2 days and you get a different map. A lot of racing games do that, so you can try and get the most out of one track and basically practice it so you can score high instead of just throwing random tracks at you and getting average results. So normally in simulator games you find that, but there is a reward system which feels a bit like a battle pass. Obviously no transactions here. But yeah, let's have a look at the online. The cars are maxed out to my knowledge. This is a level 9 car, and all of them are maxed out at that, which makes it a level playing field. So, and we'll go for the big bulky car and sort of see how we fare online. Averaging 25 to 30 seconds loading, but I think if it doesn't find any players at this moment in time, it'll just stick you in with AI, which doesn't take away from the fun, but it's certainly more fun when you're playing against people online. Obviously remember to invite your friends to come along and play as well, because you know this is where multiplayer games, with you all sitting in a room, one on a TV, one on your phone, one on an iPad, that's the whole, like, that was a really bad start, but that is the whole Apple Arcade experience. Trust me, once you do it, it's amazing. So now there are some extra boost tokens, and I missed one there, so we're going to collect that on the next lap, but we'll get an extra nitrous, and some of the tracks allow you to do this. Obviously you want to maximize how much you can get, because nitrous, if you don't crash, can give you a track record, I guess. So we'll do it here because I feel like this is probably the most overpowered bit, apart from the straight down on the beach. Here we go, and then we'll collect that last token. You can see we've now been back up to 3. Obviously we're doing well. I'm hoping that we get in the top 3. Be a good performance from us. We've had an okay first lap, and as you can see, I think that is the front pack there. I think there's a glitch on the game at the moment because the map shouldn't look like that, I don't think. When I played it on my phone, there wasn't a grey box around the map, so hopefully, as you can see, first released version, they'll get that polished out. Here we go, let's try and overtake these nice and cleanly. We're now in 2nd position, and there is our first place. And to be honest, I'm feeling very confident at the moment. As long as we don't crash into him, we can use our nitrous to catch up with him. I think he's just used his because the gap has just lengthened a little bit, but here we go. We're going to use it in this zone down here on the inside. Bit of a dirty maneuver, I do apologise, but we're going to lap somebody as well. Right, let's not mess it up now, because we do have quite a lead. Looking at the mini-map, he is closing in on me though, I think. Safe to say we have just won our first. It's probably single player because there wasn't any players there, but we have just technically won our first online map. And as you can see, yeah, they're all single players. But you know, it's not that bad. Obviously, I'm playing at about 6 o'clock now. But I find that most players are on at around 10 o'clock for me, which is quite late for the UK. But I think because of more Americans would join the servers, it does give them a healthy amount of players. And I've had a lobby of 7, which was very entertaining. So, but this is fairly new. Hopefully, more people will pick up the game, and you can play with players, but there's no stopping you asking your friends to download it and jumping on. Even if it is you just give them your iPad and you use your phone, I'm sure that would work as well. Definitely something to try. So yeah, that is Horizon Chase. This is all the racing we're going to do today. Obviously there are tournaments as well, which is like quick challenges. So these just give you things to work towards as well. There's a garage shop, which we've obviously looked at as well. We've got different paints, and we can actually upgrade the bodywork as well by spending the currency that we earn in game. So now we have a convertible little sports car, and we can apply our paint job as well. I don't mind a silver, that would look pretty cool. Not sure why our body didn't apply there. Oh, I think we apply these in the World Tour menu. Let me just go check these out. So if we select our map, find our car, hit customization. Yeah, there we go. And there's our sports car. There's also a range of rims as well that you can also apply to your car, again using the same in-game currency as before. So yeah, that is pretty much Horizon Chase 2. It's a very exciting racing title which was sort of sprung on us in the September releases, and yeah, definitely a good title, definitely a mid-good title. Could be what I would say is possibly the best one of September, but we don't know until we've played all the games. But yeah, definitely an addition we wanted on Apple Arcade. If you want to see more racing games, we have made a playlist with the various types of racing games. There's not one that's the same, which is always good, but yeah, it's nice to see that Apple are still adding all the genres as well and maxing out all the types of games that we can have. So thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in another video.